Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Sports. Let's jump right in to today's good news. For the good news today, we take a look at the Kentucky Derby. Yesterday marked the 152nd annual Kentucky Derby. And this Kentucky Derby brought a historical moment where a horse by the name of Golden Tempo came from last place all the way to claim victory and win the Kentucky Derby, which is one of the biggest race in horse racing. What was even more special was the first female trainer ever won the Kentucky Derby. Now, because the Golden Tempo's trainer was a woman by the name of Sherry DeVoe, and this was a very special moment. Another historic moment was Jose Ortiz was the jockey for Golden Tempo, and he beat his brother, Irad Ortiz Jr., who was the jockey for the favorited horse, Renegade. And Renegade was favorited and was in first place the entire time until Golden Tempo overtook them in the final stretch. And it was just a cool moment, one brother beating the other, and the underdog coming through with a victory, and a female trainer winning the Kentucky Derby for the first time ever. And Golden Tempo had a 23-1 odds, so a very long shot from winning the Kentucky Derby, and just a cool moment in Kentucky Derby history.
Decision already, and you're left a lot of open lanes. Now he'll shift him out as he knows he's going to run into trouble if he doesn't, and he takes aim on his brother. And what a tremendous kick by Golden Tempo.
That's a lot of ground to make up in the stretch of the Kentucky Derby. He's 7 or 8 lengths back at the top of the stretch still.
The numbers on how far he ran are going to be amazing, right? Wow. And this is the pedigree of this horse. He has been dead last or second to last in almost every race he's run, but made a charge like this at a moment like this. A historic moment, Nick Luck.
Truly, Mike.
Now, let's move on to today's bad news. For the bad news today, we look at the New York Mets in Major League Baseball. The Mets have had a rough season, to say the least, at a record of 11-22 to start the season, and now 12.5 games behind the Atlanta Braves, who are first in the NL East. What's crazy is the Mets have one of the highest payrolls, and as many of you might know, Juan Soto was recently signed for $750 million, which is absolutely absurd and the highest contract ever. But it's just crazy how the Mets are off to such a rocky start. A team of this caliber, though, you hope that they will bounce back and will not stay at 12.5 games back of the Braves. Some key errors with the Mets can include Juan Soto being injured with his ankle sprain for a couple weeks, and Francisco Lindor injured, 2 star players of the Mets. And we'll see now with Juan Soto back if they can bounce back and string together victories after victories to catch up in the race with the Braves. It's very early in the season, but a shocker to many of the Mets fans who believed they had a chance to win the World Series, and they still do, but in a much worse place right now.
Play with his great speed. He hits one back to Peralta, who knocks it down. His only play will be in first. He has to hurry up, and he throws it by Vientos. On the third goes Demas. He's going to be waved around. Bailey picks it up and fires it home. Turns for the tag. He's safe. The Nats get a lead, and all the way to third goes Nunez. 1-0 Washington.
And we can see from Mendoza in the dugout that they're not going to challenge it.
For the big sports topic today, with the NBA playoffs going on right now, I thought, what better way and what better thing to do than a trivia game? So what we'll do is a 2025 playoffs NBA trivia game from last year's playoffs, and just kind of like the theme of the playoffs going on right now. So you could play along with me, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. So for this trivia game, you have to name every single team that was in the playoffs last year, and once you enter the name, it'll populate by this bracket right here, and you could see that you'll have the two finalists, and it'll populate the entire bracket if you keep getting things right. So let's just enter teams. So I know the Thunder, as you can see, was the winner of the playoffs last year, which is why they've gotten 5 spots already. And the other team was the Pacers in the finals, which is, as you can see now, we have the finals set. And now you can just start populating the bracket and entering names of teams that you think were in the NBA final. So I have the Warriors and the Bulls now, and the Mavericks, the Rockets, the Timberwolves should be in there. Yep, they did very well last year. And obviously the Knicks did very, very well last year. And some other teams, let's see. The Magic. The Magic did well last year. And the Bucks are always good. Oh, and most importantly, the Celtics. Celtics, shocker, last night, losing Game 7 against the Sixers. Now that's a result of Jason Tatum not being out, but that was just a crazy game. And let's see if there are any more that I can think of. Let me know how you've done on this so far. And we have... I'm going to call it there. Yeah. So let me know how you did. Some other teams include the Cavs, the Heat, the Hawks, the Grizzlies, and Clippers and Pistons. So yeah, let me know what you got.